you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? One question first. Are you feeling anything that can be construed as explosive cell death? No? Wonderful. Let's get started.
The Outer Worlds is the best Fallout game ever made. On the face of it, it's kind of disrespectful to so closely associate a brand new IP with an existing one, but it's pretty fair in this case. Obsidian Entertainment is a developer led by some of the people directly responsible for the inception of the Fallout series and has previously made Fallout New Vegas, which is, in my opinion, the best Fallout game to date. And you can absolutely feel that Obsidian took what they learned from Fallout New Vegas and improved on every single aspect of it in the Outer Worlds. The game plays very much like a Fallout game. There's much less of an emphasis on combat, there's a slow motion aiming feature, and it's kinda clunky. But the clunkiness fades rather quickly and the gunplay is actually pretty decent once you start developing different skills and upgrading your weapons. One of the coolest features in the Outer Worlds is that you no longer have to worry about sacrificing your combat abilities to increase your non-combat abilities. They all assist you in combat in some sort of way. For example, your intimidation skills can cause enemies to cower from you in the middle of a gunfight, or your science skills can increase your damage to mechs. The Outer Worlds allows you to truly build your character and play the game any way that you choose, regardless of which skills you want to pick from. The gameplay is overall pretty solid, but it's not without its issues. One of the more annoying features is that you can't loot anything while you're reloading. After a gunfight, you can't run around looting corpses while you reload all your guns because you have to wait to finish reloading your gun before you're allowed to loot anything, and it's an incredibly annoying inconvenience. The Outer Worlds also has a pretty poor checkpoint system, so you're going to have to make sure that you're constantly quick saving the game, or else you're probably going to have to retrace a lot of your steps in the event that you die or do something stupid. But the absolute worst thing about the Outer Worlds is the party management system. Of your 6 available party members, you're allowed to bring 2 with you at any point in time. While you're off gallivanting on your adventures, you can send a party member back to your ship, but there's no way to swap a new party member in unless you go all the way back to your ship and go through 2 different loading screens to manage your party again, which is mind-numbingly frustrating. The storylines of the Outer Worlds are very well written. When you get to a planet, the scenarios you encounter feel grounded and real. When you're faced with a dilemma between multiple communities, the problems have real weight to them. There are plenty of mysteries and gray areas in those scenarios that you have to sift your way through to understand exactly what's going on and to determine how you're going to solve those problems. And how all of those different situations interconnect with the game's overarching story is really well done. Like any good narrative-based game, there are real consequences to the decisions that you make. You won't realize until after making your decision that you may have made a mistake, and you might not even really grasp the consequences of your decision until later in the story. It's these sorts of smaller stories within the overall story that really makes a game like the Outer Worlds feel alive. I just wish that the game had one more of these inter-community dilemmas because they were great and it could have used another one, in my opinion. The Outer Worlds also does a fantastic job with your party members. Having a small crew of 6 people allows for you to form a strong connection with each of your crew members, as they all have their own unique characteristics. Most of their individual quest lines will take place over the course of the game, rather than all at once, allowing your relationship with those characters to naturally grow as you progress your way through the story. It's very well done, and by the end of the game, I genuinely liked each member of my crew. The Outer Worlds is a beautiful game. Each of the different planets and moons offers different kinds of environments and they all look fantastic. Each world felt distinct, making the experience of traveling from planet to planet both exciting and immersive. I would have loved to have seen some sort of cutscene with my ship landing on each of the planets the first time that I arrived there. I was almost expecting this game to have performance issues, and I was relieved to find that it was very well polished. The game ran very smoothly, and I only ever encountered one bug in my entire playthrough, which was really a non-issue. I really enjoyed the Outer Worlds. It was a fun little RPG in a brand new environment with interesting characters and stories, and it wasn't unnecessarily long either. My playthrough came in around 22 hours, and you could probably push it up to the 30 to 40 hour range if you really went through, took your time, and scraped every last corner the game has. I thought the ending was very satisfying, and I'd definitely be interested in playing some sort of follow-up game in the future if Obsidian chooses to make a sequel.